Okay, here we go.
Yep, I have it muted, so it's going to be loud. There we go.
Okay.
Yay.
Hello, everybody. All right. Hi. Let's see. Well, I guess we'll wait just a minute for people to get here, and then we will start the reading prompt. Well, what should we read for like 45 minutes or an hour? What do you want to do? What do we do? What should we do?
I don't care. Do you want to split it up, or they did that yesterday? It was kind of nice, but I don't care. Like,
so do like 20 minutes at a time?
yeah, do like two. Yeah, do like 2 20-minute ones maybe.
Yeah, that sounds good.
There was someone before.
Yes, I'm alive.
I know, right?
Someone before you got on said they've read 11 books so far.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, I'm very impressed.
I am too. Like, I'm trying to finish my third.
They were trying to do a different book for every prompt. And I was like, wow, I'm impressed.
I think that's what I've read all year so far is 11 books. So
that's more than I've read. I've read 9 so far this year. I am failing.
Yeah, I just have 1 prompt left because I was dumb and I should have picked a different one to put there, but whatever. I'll finish another book, so it's fine. Thin Ice.
Yeah. Way to go, Tori. That's amazing.
But I was happy, though. I finally had a 5-star book yesterday. None of mine were 5 stars until last night.
So if I finish this book that I'm reading Entreat Me by Grace Draven. I'm almost finished with it. All 3 of mine will have been 5 stars, which is amazing.
Nice.
So
I've had a rough reading year, even like not even the readathon, just reading year in general. It's been like 2 and 3 stars. So.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I mean, how many 17 days in, so.
I honestly, truly can't believe that, like, it literally feels like New Year's Day was just yesterday. Like, we're coming up on a month since Christmas. I don't understand how time is flying by. Welcome to the dark side.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Jen, what are you reading? I already said what I was reading. Actually, Jen, introduce yourself in case I'm sure everyone knows who you are.
Yeah, I'm on Crystal's channel quite a bit, but yeah, I'm Jen from the Book Refuge, and I'm really happy for how many people participated. We've already had 50 people turn in their bingos, which is amazing. So make sure you guys do that. I'm planning to close it at midnight my time. So whenever that is for you, I know for some people that won't quite be midnight, but you can basically put in for a bingo if you participated at all. Like, this is not like, I'm not checking your bingo card like you're in 5th grade. If you participated, please fill out the thing in my bio, which is great. And I will draw 2 names on Tuesday sometime when I have time and reach out to you. But yeah, I'm reading Arctic Heat by Annabeth Albert. Annabeth Albert. Jeez, I can't say her name. It is a grumpy sunshine gay romance set in Alaska with this grumpy park ranger, and there's like this volunteer that goes to, like, they have rotating volunteers that like will do a season in Alaska to like help out. And the other hero, the volunteer, he actually just got through having cancer. So it's very interesting. This was on his bucket list, was to like go stay in Alaska for a winter or whatever, which I'm like, interesting choice for a bucket list, living in the cold myself. But anyway, it's really cute. Annabeth Albert, I just really love her like grumpy gay heroes, make me very happy. This is like the 3rd book I've read by her. So I'm almost done with that one, and that will be my last prompt, and I'll have blacked out my board. So
that's amazing. I don't know. My reading game has definitely slowed down recently. Sam, introduce yourself and tell us what you're reading.
I am Sam. My channel is Sam Reads a Little. I am currently on it's Glint. It's the second book in the Plated Prisoner series by Raven Kennedy.
Interesting.
Things are starting to pick up. The first one was definitely slow. Not sure.
I'm reading that one in February, so good to know that it's slower in that one.
Yeah.
I've been interested in that series. Like so many people, it's so. How do you like it? Like, do you love it, or do you just kind of like it?
I just kind of like it right now. The first book definitely is a struggle to get through, and there is no romance really so far in book 2.
That's what I.
So
still not in book 2 either.
Like I can see little things like starting, but so far no.
That makes me nervous.
Yeah.
I knew about the first one, but I figured it would get going.
Yeah.
Is it pretty dark? I've heard it was, or no?
There's some darker things that happen, but I wouldn't necessarily say it's like super dark.
So that's actually why I was interested in it, because I heard it was pretty dark, but darn it. Yeah, that's a super hit TikTok hyped one.
Yeah. They've led me astray before, but
I don't trust anything they say, honestly. Except for, well...
Tori, don't tell me this shit, damn it. I'm gonna read that one.
Yeah, I read
4
those
books
ago.
Yeah.
But you liked them a lot, didn't you, Sam?
No.
Oh, you didn't? Oh, no.
I know. I saw Tori gave really low rating to like the newest one.
Oh boy.
It's okay. I'm kind of thinking I'll do it as like a video for like reading TikTok books since I happen to pick all those for Pharaoh Feb. Maybe people like to see me rage. I don't do it very often, so maybe they'll be good books to rage about. We'll see.
Yeah, I did a whole video on the first 3 because I don't think the 4th book was out when I read them.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're not great.
Well, that's a bummer.
I think it's just honestly so hard.
Yeah.
I feel like to find good adult fantasy romance. I do have to say that Entreat Me by Grace Draven is one of the best adult fantasy romances I've read in a very long time. Like this is going in my top fantasy. Like it's so good. It's beautiful. Like and it has such a unique twist on the Beauty and the Beast retelling.
I downloaded it immediately.
I'm not quite done yet.
I saw Bree just gave it.
I'm very impressed.
Yeah,
I did too. I saw that. Yeah.
I had that book ages and ages ago. It was free at one time, like before I was even like on YouTube. Like it's been around a long time. So I will, Tori. I definitely will. So I had it, and then I must have gave it back because I didn't have it in my Kindle library anymore. But I thought I had bought it, so I must have. But yeah, I'm hyped then because if you think it's a good fantasy romance, I highly think I will like it too. So
I do. Like I feel like I don't know. I think Grace Draven does banter and a friends to lovers romance so well, and it's just great. I didn't really love. Well, that's not true. I'll stop talking because I've also had this one forever. Like this was one of the first I picked up from her.
Yeah.
And I don't know why it's one of those that I just never read, and now I'm like, why did I wait so long?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not joking that I think you'll really like this then too. This is friends.
So bad. Yeah.
This is like, I mean, he knows that she's his mate right away, but it's still a friends to lovers thing because she's like,
that's the definitely one.
Yeah. What? The spider one? Yeah. Fun tidbit. Sorry, I was gushing to Crystal about this. So the illustrator of this, she lives in Moorhead, Minnesota, which is literally like 5 minutes from like Fargo, Moorhead are on opposite sides of the state line, but they're right together. So we're having coffee today, and I'm going to ask her to sign my books.
That's fun.
That's so fun.
She literally, I was like, nobody lives in Fargo. So anyway, but I'm very attached. But I mean, yeah, the friends to lovers in there. It just makes a relationship so much better. And like, it's so good. Anyway.
It's interesting because I feel like usually enemies to lovers is the typical one in fantasy
Right.
romance,
Mhm.
but I
Right.
love to see a good friends to lovers stuff.
Who said it? Is it Jesson who said it, that she's getting tired of the enemies to lovers ones? Is it Jesson? Did she say that? Because that's just
I
all
am
people know
definitely
how to
getting
do.
tired of them.
I mean, I enjoy a good one, but I think it's true that like particularly in dark romance, which is what I read a lot of, that is what they're always enemies to lovers, and it's always the same setup. So when you get a friends to lovers, it just feels so different and like fresh that's what it is,
Yeah.
because they don't do those. There are other ways to do sexual tension than just people hating each other,
So true. So
other
true.
ways to do that. But
Well, should we start our sprint for 20 minutes?
sounds good.
So we will come back at just 12:30 or 12:30 my time.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay, and then we will chit chat for a minute and then have another one. Yeah.
Sounds good. All
All
right.
right. See y'all then. Okay. We are back. How'd everybody do?
Good.
I have like 20 minutes left in Gwent. So she's starting to get some agency. So
That's good.
yeah.
How about you, Jen?
I'm good. I think I'm about to hit the bumpy stuff, so we'll see. No, she usually doesn't make them too angsty, so that's okay.
That's good.
They're just adorable.
Sounds like a good one.
Yeah.
Have you read that one, Jen?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's a prequel. I read that's the first of the prequel ones. Good stuff.
I need to try Christina C. Jones. I started one of her books, and then I don't know why I didn't carry on with it. Like, I just barely started it, but I need to try her for sure.
We have exactly 69 people watching right now. Oh, now it changed. Damn it.
It says 69 over here on mine.
Yeah, and then it moved again.
That's one of my favorite books. I love The Pool Boy.
Yes.
So good. Hi.
Hello.
I've not even heard of that before. Huh. 6%. Fun. Oh, that one sounds fun. I've noticed that you were reading a lot of novellas, which was smart. That was very smart. Let's see.
Yes, Tiffany, I saw you're reading some of The Queen, Lorraine Heath.
So, Book Terror, what was the first Christina C. Jones that you didn't like? You gotta let me know which one you didn't like. Tiffany, Duke and the
Yep.
Oh, what?
Warda. It's okay. It's okay.
It's an emotional ride.
The ATA is there. I promise.
It is. Yeah.
I promise.
It's so interesting to look. Well, the reviews on this one on Goodreads are just all over the place. So
Yeah.
I'm really excited for our live show this week. It's going to be a good time.
Mm-hmm. A lot of feelings.
Tender with
Okay.
a twist.
She was reading an Annabeth Albert too, she said.
Oh, cool.
Estella, I've already read that one. I've already read Adrienne Wilder, most of her gay romances. So yes, you're correct. It's the other way around. I liked Wild, and so I read Arctic Heat. Loved Adrienne Wilder. Wonderful.
The Hating Game.
Nice.
That's a fun time. Oh, that one. I am actually really interested in that one.
Nice.
Are you liking it? I have to tell us. Savage Hearts. Finished it.
Yes. Elbal, so proud of you. I was very sad Samantha didn't like Cardinal Urges as much as me. It made me sad.
Samantha, not this.
No.
No, she knows it. Yeah, Samantha. It was only her second Mafia book, though. So I had to, I was like, okay. But she loved the Takeover. So I told her I forgive her. I was like, okay. Okay, I forgive you. I understand why Carnal Urges isn't for everybody, but if you don't love the Takeover, we really can't be friends. It's so
yeah, I'm on that side also.
I think there's just no reason not to like the Takeover. People who don't, I'm just like, okay. Whatever.
I don't trust you.
I know, I really don't. Especially if they say they like the first one better. I'm a little nervous. I'm like, okay.
No, Tristan's the best.
Savage Lover. Oh, all right. Nero, he is a tricky one, that's for sure.
He is, yeah. That's another one that has, I feel like people either love it or hate it. It's interesting.
Read that one.
I've never heard of this one, Stacey.
I do not know what that is, Stacey. I'm like, huh? Interesting.
Let's see.
Good.
Yeah,
I like it.
yeah. Just started it. Okay.
Shielded Wrongs. What series is that part of?
Where are
I
we?
recognize.
I'm losing track of comments. Okay.
I know. I recognize that title. I don't know what's that. Oh yeah, it's an Adelaide Forest. Duh. Yeah. Okay. I knew I recognized it. Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm glad I didn't read the reviews for that one. I mean, I did know what happens, but I
was nervous about this one. I don't know. I have a lot to say, so I will keep them for
Yeah.
the live show. But
I just as easily understand people who don't like it. So
I absolutely do.
like
Too. This is one of those where
Yeah.
I'm like, if you don't like it, I totally get it.
Yeah.
Like, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
The Duchess Hunt.
Yes. I need to read that one eventually.
That one has one of my favorite covers of all time. The
Yes.
Duchess Hunt is so gorgeous.
This is true.
Oh, okay. So this is the Christina C. Jones. The drama in the end killed it for me. Ooh, that's difficult. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for letting me know about that. I'll avoid that one
fun.
also. The Takeover by T.L. Swan.
Yep. Yep. That was my favorite book of 2021. It's in my top books ever.
2020, right? Because you read it way before.
That was 2020. Yeah, you're right. Mm-hmm.
Because it was in my favorite list for last year, and I know you read it like the year before.
I did. I'm going to have to try that author, Tori, because I know Rachel liked those ones too.
Okay, who is this author? I missed.
They're like figure skating ones, I think.
Oh, that's very fun.
Rachel read like the whole series or something. I saw it in her stories.
Hello. Welcome.
Yep. That's the Shielded Wrongs one.
Right?
So good. I seriously almost I really want to reread it. And I was like, save it for a little while longer. Yeah. When I was having that really bad book slump after Manacled, I was like, I need to read something to let's like.
Yeah. So a couple of people asking, you can, I still haven't read The Stopover. You can totally read it.
You can 100%. Yeah. There's barely a mention to the character. Like they're all brothers, but they work in different countries, like because they have this empire. So like they mention their brothers, but you don't have to do it. Yes.
Yeah, definitely. You can definitely start with The Takeover for sure.
In fact, a lot of people have a hard time picking up The Takeover because they don't like The Stopover. So
yeah, that's exactly what.
Yeah. Yep.
And I really liked the third one, the Casanova, but I know Jen didn't love it.
Did not love it. I did not love it.
I definitely don't love it as much as The Takeover, but I still liked it a lot. So
this is okay, personal feeling too, and not to spoil the book, but it's one of those where like I feel like audience speculation made her change how she wrote that book. That is my personal opinion.
Interesting.
But it's one of those, like if I could really dive in to her, I think that she wanted to be more clever than us. And so it was like, I'm going to make this more complicated than it needed to be. And that's my personal opinion that I hold, where I'm like, you should have just done what we thought it was. She's the author. She can do what she wants. But also The Takeover is a 1 in a million book. Like when you write that book, you can't repeat it. It's perfection. So anyway. Cool.
Yeah. Do another 20-minute sprint?
Yeah. Sounds good.
All right. So let's just go until 1. Sound good?
Yeah. Yep.
All right. Sam, are you good?
I am good.
Okay. All right.
All right. Let's do it.
Here we go. All right. Look at this. Already finished one. Continuing.
Nice.
Good job. Oh, I'm so excited about that, Jessa, and I want to pick that up too.
Well, that's good.
That is good. I have it on my Kindle, so I know there's not an audiobook for it. Once I finish Monroe, that will be next. Hopefully I can get it finished in time, but probably not. So close to finishing Splendid. That's exciting. I want to read that one too. How'd everybody else do? I have like a half hour left of Intrigue Me, so I'm excited about that. Did you finish
I'm
yours, Sam?
sad. They're fighting now.
I should have, but I still have 10 minutes left. No.
You got interrupted.
Yeah.
Jessa finished Splendid.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. I definitely want to read that one. They're fighting in your book, Jen.
Yeah.
It's conflict time.
Yeah. Makes me sad.
That is sad. That's interesting. The Jewel of Seven Stars. I had no idea that a book inspired The Mummy.
Interesting.
Yes, that is always frustrating, especially when it is such a quick fix. And like, it's tough because in a way that's so realistic because people aren't great at communicating, but it's frustrating to have to read about it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I love The House in the Cerulean Sea so much. It's one of my favorite books ever.
I still need to read that.
It is truly so beautiful. Like it really doesn't have much romance in it, but it's.
Have you read his newest one?
No, I started it, but it deals a lot with like death, and I had just lost Hart, my dog, at the time, and I'm like, I don't want to read this right now.
Yeah.
But I do want to read it. I just haven't yet. Halfway through Pool Boy. Such a good one. You're at the sad part of the book. Oh no. Oh.
Yeah. I mean, mine's kind of tough because it's a gay romance where one person isn't out, but he lives in the middle of nowhere. So I understand why it's frustrating for the other guy. Where like literally you live in the middle of nowhere. There's no one here to judge you at all. Why are we being so about this? But
yeah,
he had an abusive boyfriend before, so he's kind of like does all that stuff where you're just like, oh, I feel so sad for you. But also get over it because this guy loves you a lot. It's not realistic. Chapter 3 in Sarah McLean book. Oh, that's right. I think she said she's reading
9 Rules.
Yeah.
9 Rules, I think. Yeah, I do like that one. I think it's very good. It's not my favorite Sarah McLean, but I really liked it a lot. But I love her writing style. I find her books just mostly really great.
Yeah.
Currently in Tears, right? Oh my gosh, that book is like a warm hug. Like I think I read that in the summer of 2020 and I was like, yes, this is exactly what I needed right now.
Yeah.
House in the Cerulean Sea. I need to read that. I love Chief in Cerulean Sea. It's so heartwarming. Totally. I know, right? Like I started it the day it came out, and then as I got like a chapter in, and I was like, I don't know if I think I'm gonna wait on this for a bit. Millie and Fitz from Ravishing the Heiress. Yes.
I love both of them.
I cannot. I literally. Okay, I've had a hard time finding that book. I didn't try too hard because I wasn't sure if I was gonna love it or not. As soon as I finished it, I ended up buying a lot of other historical romances for $18 just so I could get that book.
Nice. I got my copy, which was perfectly good. I got my copy from Thrift Books, so no stickers, no nothing. So
I've been so burned by thrift books, I kind of gave up on them, but I should probably try them again because I know they're not always bad, but
No.
It's hit or miss, yeah.
I mean, just as easily the ones I got from eBay, like the historicals I just bought from eBay, like this was not shown to be a library book when I purchased it, but it was a used library book. Like, it's just as easy to happen with eBay, especially if you buy from, because a lot of places that sell it on eBay, they're also selling through thrift books.
Yeah, that's true.
If it's not a private person, so.
Thrift books, yeah. I know I see Jess from Peace Love Books will usually post her thrift book hauls in her stories, and I'm always like, how do you always get great orders from them? Like literally,
Yeah, she gets lucky.
Yeah, I mean, I get burned as much, but I collected most of my Bridgerton hardbacks I got from thrift books because I just was looking for hardbacks and I ordered them. And it was before everybody. I was like, these books are going to blow up in about 6 months, so I'm going to finish my collection now. I could sell that collection for so much money now.
I know, right? Just wait until the second season comes out, then everyone will be on it.
Right? Especially with the ugly, okay, they're not like ugly, but like the new covers. And they're doing it with all of Julia Quinn's books. And I just want to die. I'm like, no.
I've noticed that with a lot of new historical releases. And the thing that I think bothers me the most isn't so much that it's usually like the back view of the person. It's the font. I hate the font. It looks so modern and it just looks so out of place.
They all look like that. Which book just got a new cover too? I saw. Which one was it? And I just curled up and said, oh, it was a Julia London. I have all the original, a bunch of Julia Londons, and they redid The Hazards of Hunting a Duke or whatever, and it looks exactly like the Bridgerton ones. I was like, come on.
Yeah. And I noticed Emily Sullivan. Emily Sullivan was a debut historical last year, and her first book, I loved it. I loved the cover. It was sort of like a clinch cover, sort of an old school, but then her next two just look I just don't.
Have you seen Lady Sophia's Lover?
Don't.
Oh gosh, yes.
It.
I know, right?
That is not Sir Ross. That is not Sir Ross. I
makes me ragey. I cannot even.
Well, I didn't mean to trigger you guys.
If you were going to do that, why didn't you at least give him salt and pepper here? If you really were going to redo this person, draw in some freaking salt and pepper then.
He looks like 28 at the oldest.
Right. He's 40 years old, salt and pepper, very distinguished man. Give him a cane. He has a limp. Come on. If you're going to do it, at least, because that was the other one Jess showed, the difference in the Talia Hibbert ones. So I don't hate that they're going to do that mass market, but why couldn't they have it zoomed out? They have the correct diversity and body types, but it's only showing their feet. Yeah. Why did you do that? You literally got the right people. Show us the whole thing. I would have loved that recover if it was the Kiss Quotient where they redid that one. It's you redid it and you missed it. You even cast the right people in the picture and you missed it.
The thing about the new Kiss Quotient cover, I like that one better than the illustrated cover. It's so beautiful. The models are beautiful. Yes. This one, Jessen, I also saw this. I hate that they went with the different cover. The original one was so gorgeous and makes me so sad, especially because her covers have always been so sensual and such a standout for and the new one is just
do you guys thumbs down the covers if you don't like them on NetGalley? Because I always forget to do that, but because I'm how else do I have to give the book do I have to give the book a bad rating? What do we have to do to start making that? No, that's the part that's tough for me is I'm I don't want to punish what's inside of the book. But the books are selling good with these covers. So what do I have to do? Do I have to say this book was a 5-star? The cover is a 1-star. What do I have to do? How do I have to make this happen? Yeah. I feel we always end up bitching about this, but it hurts me.
Maybe if we just don't buy the paperback, they'll get it.
do you all prefer those new covers or the illustrations? No. What?
No,
I don't like either. What do you mean, Kat?
Like my favorite covers are always going to be the old school illustrated that have been like painted, like the Pinot covers, you know, like those.
Do this.
That
like
absolutely.
Sure, this is a bigger size. It doesn't have a step back. Sad, but like do this. Like, why can't you do this? Some of the book, like Eloisa James, her still like look like this. You know, Lisa Cliff still has it. Sorry.
Joanna's new one has a cover similar to that too. Like her one is gonna look, yeah. Which is
her cover designer knows the shit.
Mm-hmm.
Guido Karate and Anna Smet. They're who did the cover of this. I should follow them.
It's a gorgeous cover.
Because I mean, I wasn't even sure yet that I wanted to read this book, and I was like, buying it. And then everybody liked it, but I was like, because I want to support this cover.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I saw that with Lorraine Heath, and Megan Frampton's covers are also, which is
good.
Fabulous. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I think that like I feel like Avon is still sometimes doing like they're saying, but like the Berkeley published ones are like nope, they're not at all.
And I even like I'll even say like I like the covers of the Gilded Heiress's books, for Harper St. George. Like that's
true.
Like, that's not my favorite, but like I like them because it still is kind of sharing that like this is a historical. This could be darker, could be lighter. You don't know, but it just illustrated covers just don't. They just don't show you what you need. Just I don't know.
But like Tessa Dare's illustrated covers, like that's another one that just makes me ragey.
Yeah, but I always think of that one like, this is a work of art. This is bullshit. I want to do that all the time. Yeah, they will. I hope it goes to the ground faster.
It was really interesting. I was really glad that Mr. Lark commented in the live on your channel last night, Jen, about how it's so clear that the steamier covers are absolutely selling better. So I don't understand. Yeah.
But and that's my point though, where I said of like I don't know what to do because I don't want to not buy the book of my favorite author. But it's like, do I just get the ebook and like wait until it gets reprinted? Because that's the thing I'm thinking is like they will, if these end up being a total bomb, they'll get reprinted in a couple of years nicer. But it's like, do I have to boycott that way? Like, do I have to withhold my money? Because that's how things change. But it's like still going to read the book because I'm a book reviewer and I want to read it. So that's where I would like to know which avenue I have to withhold my dollars from. Because if we want it to change, like we have to, it's like any industry. They will do what the money is leading them to. Mm-hmm. So what do we do?
It's a night to surrender.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
And the original cover is so beautiful too.
Yeah.
So just like, I don't understand.
They turned it into one of the awkward ones and it does not represent what's happening like at all. It's so embarrassing. It's honestly embarrassing. Like, honestly, I would rather we go back to even covers like this.
Yeah, I
would no clue. Like, I would rather have this because at least it's like elegant and I know what this is, you know?
Like that was when I was reading romance when I was a teenager. That's what the covers looked like. They were all like that.
And like, I just recently hauled a bunch of these. Like, look at these indie covers. Like, I've been buying these indie historical covers.
That one's gorgeous, yeah.
Are fabulous. Like, that is what I want on my bookshelves. I don't want these other ones on there. So, anyway.
That's true. They did do Romancing the Duke, and it's also awful. I hate it.
That's one of my favorites by her, too.
Mm. Oh, well. At least I have the originals. That's all I can.
Let's see. Okay. Let's talk about the books that we read real quick.
Yes, sorry.
I didn't want to have this comment go behind. I really do love Joanna Shoup's writing. Like there is a chance where in a lot of them in the third act conflict let me down, but I still absolutely love her writing. I love her stories. I love her characters. I think she's fantastic. And one book that nobody reads that I want them to read is her Knickerbocker series. Baron in that series is so good. Jen, I think you actually might really like Mogul, the first book in that series.
Oh, I have Magnate.
Magnate. Yes, Magnate's the first one.
Okay. Because I was like,
and then Mogul is the third one.
Yeah. I had that one on my wish list since you've read it, basically. Yeah. And someone just bought it for me for Christmas.
Okay.
So I have that one.
The hero in that is so very alpha. I really want to see what you think about it.
Okay. I'm here for it. I'm willing to try her again. I just need to go by the ones my friends say I will like and not which ones are the most popular, because I don't always agree with what everyone else thinks is popular, but my friends know. So excited about it.
Let's see. What does this say?
Crystal has.
I have seen, so the one that just came out?
I've read 2 of those books. I haven't read the newest 2.
Gentleman Seeks Bride just came out in November, and I really love that. She does have a book. I just got the arc for it. Another one in that series coming out. I can't remember what it's called though. But I did see the cover of that and I liked it.
I thought a new series was starting.
Is it a new series? I don't know.
Yeah, the one on NetGalley. No, it's fine. The one on NetGalley, I think, is starting a new series.
Is it?
Like May, maybe. And that one has a new design, but it's still not like a bad one. It's just, it reminds me of like the Sheris Michaels one. The Once Upon a Wish or Wish of whatever that one was, where that still is cute, but it's not quite, it's not like the bed covers ones. It's like a different one.
Yeah. But this cover is gorgeous.
Yes.
Yeah. I love her covers, all of them.
Her covers are cool.
Frampton, I really like her writing style too. I haven't had a knocked out of the park. Like I haven't had a 5-star read from her yet. Yeah. But I definitely want to keep reading her.
I've read 7 of her books because this was a while ago. Nobody probably remembers it. But at one time she like stood up for one of our friends who was getting attacked by an author. And so I bought all of her books because I was like, I'm going to buy all your books. And so I read the Duke series. There was a Duke series and it was about 5 sisters. And those were all cute. They were all like 4-star books for me. They didn't offend me or anything, but she does have some pretty hot steam.
She definitely does. Like, especially her newest book.
Yeah. Like, so.
For sure.
So I definitely
think is wonderful to see that more in mainstream publishing. I want to highlight this comment because I did not realize. So this is the book Jessen's reading, and this is that I didn't even know what this book was about. I'm a Patreon of Smart Women Read Romance, and this is their Patreon pick. And I just grabbed it so I could be part of the review, and I had no idea what it was about. And now I want to stop everything and read that right now.
I downloaded it immediately. I'm very.
That's awesome.
I'm here for it.
I'm so glad that you loved it. I'm so glad that you loved it.
Yeah.
Actually, I hope. Oh yeah, you said so good. Like I hope you loved it. I didn't read the comment. I loved that one.
I love it. Her books are amazing. I assume we're talking about Elisa Braden.
Yeah, Elisa Braden. Sorry, I was all over the place. It was making sense in my head.
I will get her on my channel. I've been trying. She's a very busy woman, but I want to talk to her very badly.
Does she have a book? I guess I always feel bad when I'm like, I know you just released a book, but when's your next one coming?
Yeah. I mean, I think it's in the summer. Like, I don't think they'll have to wait a whole year for it, is what it looked like. But I also think, and I don't know this for sure, but like, I don't think she's a full-time author. I think that's what
her side
part of the thing is. Yes, because when I tried to get her, she was like, I'm on deadline and I have a lot of other stuff going. So
good. Anyway. I'm glad you loved it.
I liked Shanna, Lady of Books and Coffee. Jessen also didn't hate it.
I want to read that one. I really do.
We're hoping that one gets an audiobook. Is that one on the list, Crystal, to get audio?
I'm not sure if it was or not. I know her oldest one wasn't, which is the one I really wanted.
Right. Oh, I'm okay with that. Y'all, like, the Rake Appreciation Society, we want to do a wood whist eventually, but we want to pick one that has an audio for you guys, and her books are getting put in audio.
Oh, it is coming to audio.
Okay, great. I would say that I was not upset that The Fame and the Flower wasn't be putting in audio. And I highly think it's because they're like, we just can't keep it as it is and do it. And since she's not around to do an abridged or updated version of her book, we just have to leave it as it is. So
several of her books are going to be coming to audio in April on Audible. So
Shanna is quite the ride, and it is like
it's unabridged too.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I really liked it. Like, I honestly, like, genuinely liked it because 2021 was the year of the, like, bitchy heroine makes good for me. Like, I really have always hated that kind of heroine, but now I like it, like her. And so she has an amazing character arc, but you will hate her. You will want her to be punished horribly because she's such a brat, but her hero sticks by her. I kind of like that. He's like, you need to grow up. And also, I want to fuck you, but you need to grow up emotionally. So I liked that.
Wow.
Yeah, this was great.
This was so fun. This was great. I don't often host reading sprints on my channel, but now I kind of want to do them more because this was a good time. I was working while I was listening to the audiobook, and it was just so fun to chat with everybody and feel like y'all were with me. So that was really great. Thanks for joining me, Jen and Sam, so I wasn't here all alone. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
It was a ton of fun. And yeah, I'm glad that everybody sounds like they had a great time in the readathon. So many of you have read a ton. That's fantastic. So
I love it.
I'm going to go until the very end of the day for the readathon and count whatever I've finished by then. So.
I love it. It's at 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain Time, 5 p.m. Pacific Time, and 8 p.m. Eastern. There you go. There's all of the time.
So
how do you remember that?
Well, they're only an hour apart.
Okay.
Yeah, join us. It's Ravishing the Airs by Sherry Thomas. You still have time to read it if you want. I think it's going to be a great time. So we're excited about that. Thanks so much, everybody. Love y'all. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.